austerity.
Well, they're just wrong. They didn't do any work of their own. What they did was look at all the other surveys that had been taking place. And I'm afraid the establishment, the international establishment in particular, is caught in a sort of groupthink. These are the people, remember, who were all in favour of the euro, the IMF and the Treasury and all that. They never saw the 2008 financial crisis coming. In fact, they helped cause it. You know, the IMF in particular didn't even handle the Greek crisis very well. These are people who are holding themselves up as authorities.
The Treasury tried to stop us going into the euro.
Eventually, after...
No, but I mean, they made the conditions that stopped Brown going in.
No, wait a minute.
Stop Blair going in.
Yet again, I was there, you weren't. The simple truth is...
I read the papers.
Well, yeah, you read some
Sorry,
of the...
wait a minute. All right, well, if you challenge me, let me just say my understanding of the story.
I was there, actually.
And you were there, which was that there was a feeling that Tony Blair wants to go into the euro, that Gordon Brown didn't. It's true, isn't it?
More or less true, yeah.
More or less true. And the Treasury came up with the conditions.
The opt-out in the first place was created by John Major's government many years before. He wouldn't have had the choice had it not been for them. And the reason the opt-out was created was because of the mistake made by the Treasury on the ERM. Remember the ERM crisis? That's what led to that. That was another mistake these people made.
But now, you say the Treasury wanted us to go into the euro, is what you said.
No, you said that.
No, I didn't say that. You said
No, I said these people wanted to do it. Now,
you included the Treasury. Well, let's leave this on.
Now,
call it a draw.
No, we won't call it a draw. I haven't finished yet. Now, the simple truth here is that the assumption being made behind all of these gloomy, sort of frightening stories is that, one, we're going to lose lots of trade with the European Union, and two, we're not going to do any trade outside, or any more trade outside in the global world. Firstly, of course we're going to get lots of scare stories right up till the day of Brexit. But go out in the street, look at the cars, count the cars. How many Audis, how many BMWs, how many Mercedes, how many Volkswagens? Germany needs us. We're its biggest market. France needs us for wine and cheese. The deal will be done in the next 2 years. That's the first thing. Second thing, in terms of global trade, the worst operator in terms of creating free trade areas in the world is the European Union. It hasn't got to deal with the United States yet. It hasn't got to deal with China. It hasn't got to deal with India. It tried for nearly 10 years to get a deal with India. It took 9 years to get a deal with Canada. Everybody else can do this in months or 1 or 2 years. Other small countries can do it. Switzerland can do it. South Korea can do it. So the argument that we are going to suffer is a scare story based on a falsehood. So, to come back to your point, a man called Stuart Rose, who is the business leader of the Remain campaign, was interviewed in front of a select committee, and one of the House of Commons select committees. And one of the things he admitted was that nothing would change very much at all for the first couple of years anyway. Secondly, he admitted that actually wages would go up if we left the European Union. Now, those two things to me do not argue for a great recession or a great penalty we have to face if we leave the Union. Okay. And I come back to the point, we're leaving, or we should leave, because of recovering control of our own affairs, and we'll run them better than they do. That does not include a recession.
Ed Miliband,